So let's look at some example problems for finding the lengths of arcs. So here we have a circle whose radius is 8 centimeters, and it has this angle of 315 degrees. And we're trying to find the length of this darkened arc here. So in order to do that, first we have to figure out what piece of the circle we're trying to find the arc of. So we know that the whole circle, we know that the darkened part covers 7/8 of the circle. So now I got to figure out what the circumference of the whole circle is, or the length of the whole circle, so I can find the length of 7/8 of it. So to find my length, or to find my circumference, we do 2 times pi times the radius. So in this case, my radius is 8 centimeters. So when I do 2 times pi times 8, we end up with 50.27 centimeters. So remember, that's the length of my entire circle. So I just want to know the length of 7/8 of it. So I go ahead then and I just multiply 7/8 times my 50.27. And when I do that, I end up with 43.98 centimeters is the length of that darkened arc of this problem. So the next one that now we're going to look at kind of a word problem where we're going to apply this idea of finding the length of something to a real life situation. So we have a clock and we want to know how far the tip of the clock is going to move in 10 minutes if we have a 14 centimeter long minute hand. So if I think about drawing on here a minute hand, my minute hand would extend from the center all the way to the outside. So that would be like the radius. So my minute hand is 14 centimeters. And when I think about a clock, I got 12, and then here I got 3 and 6 and 9 is going to be right around there because I got 2 and I got 1. So if I'm moving 10 minutes, if I move to the 1, that's 5 minutes. So if I move to the 2, that's 10 minutes. So I want to know how far it's going to go in that distance. So in other words, I want to know what that length is. So if I want to think about how much of the circle that is moving 2 out of the entire 12 sections around the circle. So it's moving 2/12 of the way. In other words, it's moving 1/6 of the way around the circle. So now I got to know, if I want to know how far this distance is, first I got to know the whole distance. So the circumference of this circle is going to be 2 times pi times the radius of 14. And when I do that, 2 times pi times 14 in my calculator, I'm going to come up with the circumference is 87.96 centimeters. So again, that's my distance all the way around my circle. But I don't want to know all the way around, I just want to know this piece. So I want to know what 1/6 of the whole distance is. So I'm going to do 1/6 times 87.96. And when I do that, I come up with 14.66 centimeters. So in other words, I go 14.66 centimeters from the 12 to the 2, or when it moves 10 minutes.